You guys know I love Jaws. In fact, because of this, I tend to prefer movies with a larger than normal predator. Give me a creature that I'm generally kind of afraid of, and then make him about 4 times its regular size, and that's my jam. And while I've already checked out the Killer Crocodile movies and the Alligator movies, I figure it's time to take a look at the Crocodile series. It's only 2 movies, so it should be a breeze to keep a timeline. So will it have continuity, or will this be a total crock? I'm sorry. That was uncalled for. Back in 2000, Tobe Hooper gave us Crocodile, and no, not the one from Eaten Alive. This is a different Crocodile. We have a group of college kids out for a party on the lake, including a bunch of actors who, when you look them up on IMDb, list this as their most notable feature. A couple of fishermen stumble upon a bunch of eggs, so of course they just decide to start tossing them into the lake. And I love that this guy is supposed to have tattoos on his arm that are just crossed off, although it's clearly just like pen. The croc shows up to chomp, and I also love that he covers his tracks. He dumps the car into the lake. He's like making sure that the trail doesn't lead back to him because he knows he's seen CSI. At night, Kit tells the story of Flat Dog, a massive crocodile believed to be Sobek, the Egyptian god, and he says that they shut the hotel down in 1903 and has been cursed ever since. And you know, Hooper gets a lot of flack for the original Chainsaw for having such an annoying character as Franklin in it, so in this one he took care of that in just making every character as the Franklin. Every single person on this trip is someone you can't wait to get killed off, except the obvious lead and girlfriend. It takes a little while, but eventually Flat Dog claims his first member of the group and setting loose their boat. They finally see the thing, creating this very genuine reaction.
Oh my God!
And I love how when it hits the boat, it remains perfectly rigid and still, like it can't bend at all, which you know, it can't. The local sheriff heads into what appears to be the Sawyer clan's house because Hooper gonna Hooper, and this guy says that the Flat Dog incident was 96 years ago to be exact. And if we assume that that was what caused them to burn the hotel down in 2003, that would put us in 1999. Crocky is mostly a big practical puppet, but there is this wonky CG version of him at times, which, as you would guess, is about 200 times more flexible than the puppet one, which makes it stand out like a sore thumb. And why do sore thumbs stand out anyway? I swear I have never looked at somebody's hand and said, holy crap, that guy's thumb is so clearly sore. It's obvious because of how much it stands out. It whittles down the crew like, how hungry is this thing anyway? And at one point is agile enough to jump over an entire boat. In a final battle, Duncan is swallowed whole, but then puked out, and they give Flat Dog her egg back, which becomes a little baby, so she leaves them alone. 2 years later, a sequel was released with 2002's Crocodile 2: Death Roll. But Hooper didn't return. Instead, Gary Jones, the director of Mosquito and Spiders, decided to add a new animal to his menagerie. We start with a bank robbery, and then we meet Mia here, who gets a lighter for a present.
So I have to hit it 1,000,000 times before it lights.
Do you think that will be important later? I wonder. The robbers head to Acapulco on the plane that Mia is an attendant on, and they end up hijacking the plane, which leads to it crashing. Mia's boyfriend teams up with Kreese to go try to find her, but she's busy being attacked by a CGI croc, a normal-sized one that they kill. This, of course, pisses off its mama, which is seemingly the same puppet from the last one, even if it's not the same croc. Now, Jones has said that the film isn't a sequel and it has no relation to the first one, except that one character is a giant crocodile. But there's no reason to think that this isn't Flat Dog. She survived the first film, so it's possible that her and her offspring took off, heading south, and ended up in these waters, and her baby grew up to be the littler one here. The Croc attacks, once again switching between CG version that can make crazy jumps and maneuvers, and a practical one that can simply swim in a straight line. There's a big showdown between the Croc and robbers, and the surviving passengers, with most characters getting killed off, and the main baddie getting shot out of a helicopter. And I'm so angry they didn't just have the Croc down below to just eat him as he fell. What a missed opportunity. Roland gets blown up though, and they put gas in the lake, and oh yeah, the lighter. There's no way I could have seen that coming.
Light up my life, mother.
Like, that has no context towards anything. It's just a lighter, so light up my life? That has no pun potential for a crocodile. The croc can't speak English either, so it's not gonna understand the wittiness or lack thereof of your one-liner. Whatever though, they blow up the croc with gasoline, which apparently explodes when you light it on fire, but a final shot reveals that it's either survived or that there's another one. So there's no date shown, but if we're rolling with this actually being a sequel, we can set it in real time 02 and have 3 years in between movies for that baby croc to grow up and for them to migrate across the border. So there you have it. It's just 2 movies that are not really connected, but you know, we can certainly say that they are. There's no reason for them to be not. I choose that they are. And they're both pretty fun. They're both kind of bad, silly, like early 2000s horror movies with a giant monster in it. They're pretty much exactly what you would expect them to be, but they're entertaining. I had fun with them. Silly, bad stuff. I enjoyed it. Not mad. It's definitely a step down for Tobe Hooper, though. I will say that. Yeah, if you've seen these and enjoyed them, let me know down below in the comments. If you enjoy movies about giant killer animals as much as I do, let me know that as well too. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, hit subscribe if you enjoy the channel, hit the bell if you want notifications, and check out the Patreon page if you think about it at patreon.com/movietimelines. I sure would appreciate that. You can go there like these guys do and support the channel. That would be fantastic. If not, just keep on coming back and watching these videos. I'll appreciate that also. And I'll see you very shortly for another great one. Thanks a lot, guys, and bye-bye.